Hello everyone. Before we start, I would like to thank all Telegram members for voting and sharing their opinions, which makes us as one body in deciding our trading path, and we hope that others will join our channel, because we don't have paid channels, we don't send annoying notifications or ads, all we do is post free signals and successful trading deals with each others. In today's video, we will review the top 5 free indicators that got the most fans on Tradingview website, and we will try to add some quick improvements and tips to use them in day trading. After opening the indicators box, go to the community scripts and click on top. Here, you will find the most liked scripts of all time. It's a really wonderful set of indicators and scripts that help and facilitate trading for traders, so let me thank these programmers for their huge efforts and let us wish them the best of success. Here, you will find the number of fans, and here, you will find the name of the author. In this video, we will present a simplified review of the first 5 indicators because they are the best indicators according to the general evaluation. Well, let's start with the first one, which is the Squeeze Momentum Indicator by Lazy Bear. After applying this amazing indicator to the chart, you may feel that it is intimidating and difficult to use, but this is quite the opposite because it is very simple and it is also very accurate. This indicator contains several peaks and bottoms, as if they were mountains and inverted mountains. These mountains consist of several columns, some red and others green. But when you focus a little, you will notice that the green mountains have 2 colors, dark green and light green, while the red ones also have 2 colors, light red and dark red. Here, we notice that the light green columns are rising up, indicating the current buying power. In other words, it's telling us that there is a good buy signal. But when the dark green columns start to appear, here, we should prepare to exit, or in other words, we should take a short position. As you can see, when the first light green column appeared, the trend began to rise, and on the contrary here, when the first dark green column appeared, the trend began to descend downwards. The same applies to the red color. When the bright red color appears, it means that the trend will move down. And when the dark red color appears, it means that the trend will rise above. Here is another example of the red color, as we said. The light red indicates the strength of selling, and the dark one indicates the strength of the buying. In summary, this indicator acts as a filter for Japanese candles and attempts to filter the results with uniform colors to help reduce noise when trading. But with all this, there are still many false signals, like the little mountains that we see here. Okay, to reduce this noise, let's move on to the indicator settings. Change KC length to 30. As you can see, we got rid of some of the false signals. And I think that with using another indicators, like the simple moving average, you will get amazing results. Try it and let me know in the comments how your experience was with it. Well, let's move to the second indicator, which is the RSI MACD indicator, created by Chris Moody. When you apply it for the first time, you will think that it is like the normal MACD indicator, but when you use it for a while you will notice that there are some nice improvements and additions. Well, let's see some of these features that have been added and quickly review it. Like this green dot here, which shows the intersection of the signal line with the MACD line, and it is considered a buy signal. This red dot also indicates the opposite and is considered a sell signal. Here, too, we notice the presence of a red dot in the selling area above, which is a strong indication that the trend will move downwards. Here we find another green dot that indicates that the trend will rise. We also note that there are some tops and bottoms, and they are similar to those in indicator number 1, and the way they are used is also very similar. Well, with all the accuracy of this indicator, we still find many false signals. As you can see here, there are many false signals, and also here. To reduce this noise, we have to use another simple indicator. Well, let's move on to indicators. Search for the whole moving average and apply it on your chart. Now open the indicator setting and change the length from 9 to 50. Well, as we explained in several previous videos about moving average indicators, when a green candle completes or closes above the indicator line, it is an entry point, and when a red candle below the indicator completes, it is an exit point. When we return to the MACD indicator and compare it with the whole moving average indicator, we will notice that these entry points are still below the moving average line, and this means that they are false entry points. At this point here, it looks good in both indicators, and that's how we got confirmation. Here too, we have a red sell signal. But when you look at the candles, you will notice that they are still above the moving average line, and this means it's another fake sell signal. Here the confirmation looks good, and it was a real signal. Here too is a compatible signal. Well, this was a brief explanation about its use. Let's move on to the third indicator. In third place is the CM Williams indicator, which was also created by Chris Moody. Well, let's apply it to the chart and see how it works. This indicator helps us to find and determine the bottom of the market. As you can see, the longer the green bars, the more the market goes down. In general, it works like a volume indicator, but with some minor differences. To obtain satisfactory results from this indicator, it is preferable to use it with a one-day time frame. Well, when you apply it to one-day frame, you will notice that the accuracy in identifying the bottoms has increased, but let's be a little realistic. Using this indicator needs many confirmations, so we will try to add another simple indicator and see how effective it is. Let it be TMAT indicator. And let's change the length from 26 to 50 as well. Well, we will depend on the candles breaking through the EMA line from bottom to top when buying and from top to bottom when selling. And the CM Williams indicator will be our confirmation indicator. As you can see here, when a green candle broke out of the EMA line, heading upward, we did not find any green bars in the CM Williams indicator, and the existing bars are relatively short bars, which confirms to us that the purchasing power is still good to enter a long position. But here, on the contrary, when the first green bar appears and a red candle closed below the EMA line, the trend moved downwards, and here we can enter a short position. Here too, a green bar appeared in CM Williams, and also a red candle has closed under the EMA indicator. Here is another entry signal, green bars, showing that the price is at a bottom, followed by short uncolored bars, and a green candle is closed above the EMA indicator. Here too, short, uncolored bars below, and a green candle above the EMA indicator. And this was another brief explanation about this indicator. Okay, let's move on to the next one. In fourth place is the wave trend indicator, which also created by Lazy Bear. Looks like Lazy Bear takes first and fourth place. Well, let's apply it to the chart and see what it looks like. This indicator looks great at first glance, but let's dive a little into its details to make sure of its signal. Well, here is an overbought area. And here is an oversold area. For example, here when the signal line approached the overbought area, we notice that the trend has changed its movement towards the downside. But here, when the signal line reached the oversold area, we notice that the trend has changed its movement to the upside. Well, to understand this movement, let's change the shape of these points into a line so that we can see it more clearly. First, open the indicator settings. And go to the style section. Then change these points to a line. I will also increase the color and thickness a little so that we can see clearly in the video. Well, let's look here. When the green line crosses the red line going up, it means it's an entry signal, and to increase the accuracy, this intersection should be in the buy zone, which is near the horizontal green line below. As you can see here, the trend rose after the crossover occurred. Here, too, a small crossover occurred, and it was also positive. Here the opposite happens. When the trend reaches the overbought area, all we have to do is wait for the green line to cross with the red line downwards. And here we can take short position. Here too, an intersection occurred near the peak area. But the question remains, how can we get confirmations with this indicator? Okay, let's open the indicators box. And search for Kijun. You can choose any one, but I prefer this, which was created by Racer8. Open the indicator setting and make sure that the length is 26. The Kijun indicator is one of the indicators that make up the Ichimoku cloud, but it can be used independently or in combination with other indicators. It depends on the breakout in determining the movement of the trend. In the Ichimoku cloud, this indicator is considered one of the main lines in determining price and movement. But as we said, it can be used separately sometimes. Okay, but how can it be used for confirmation? Well, as you can see here, false crosses occurred, and to make sure that it is false, we can notice that the candles are still below the Kijun indicator, and in this case, we will not enter. But here, a crossover occurred in the buying zone. Also, a green candle formed above the Kijun indicator. Yes, it's good entry point. The latest indicator in this category is the ADXDI, which was created by xauusd. Let's apply it to the chart. Well, despite its annoying appearance, ADX indicators are considered one of the most powerful indicators that help determine buying and selling positions. To facilitate the explanation of this indicator, we will use the red line and the green line as the first stage. Okay, let's open the indicator settings. Unclick ADX and leave the others. Well, the principle of this indicator is very simple. When the red line crosses the green line from bottom to top, this will be considered the exit area. Or otherwise, when the green line crosses the red line from top to bottom. Here too the same thing happened, so we note that the trend has headed downwards. But here the opposite happened. Here we notice that the trend has risen, because this time, the green line crossed the red line from bottom to top. The indicators are not without full signals, but we will try to reduce them as much as possible. As we notice here, there are many full signals, sometimes it rises, and then suddenly falls again, and this may cause losses without using another indicator for confirmation. This time, let's use VMA indicator, which is another indicator from the moving average family. The way of using it does not differ from the confirmation indicators that we talked about previously. Simply, when a green candle closes above it, it means an entry point, and when a red candle closes below it, it means an exit point. Well, let's look for an important point so that we can explain it. Well, here the green line crossed the red line, and also we have a green candle above the EMA line. Simply, this will be our confirmation to enter long position. Here, many intersections happened, but what matters to us in this case is the location of the candles and their color in order to get confirmation. Here also, a crossover occurred, and a green candle closed above the EMA indicator. This was all about the top 5 free indicators. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, because the next video will be about this powerful indicator. You will not be able to find it by searching in Tradingview indicators, and that's why we will put the link for everyone. To learn more, subscribe to our Telegram channel. Good luck, see you in the next video.